Good morning. I hope that you're doing well this morning. Enjoy your favorite cup of coffee, your favorite cup of tea, or depending on when you are watching this video, maybe you've already transitioned over to water. Go dogs, go Gamecocks. Kids are back in school and we are on a new routine. So here's the thing. Typically right now I would say, okay, Q3's theme is decide once, then execute. I'm going to deviate away from that just a little bit. And I'm going to be honest with you and say this is the second go of this video. And it's because I don't know if they're engagement baiting, but I feel like I need to get on top of a soapbox, a really big soapbox with a really big megaphone. And here is my perspective, like from an operations perspective. Number one, change is constant. Like control what you can control. Things are going to change in your life, things are going to change in your business. This week in AI, it feels like a lot of things have been changing, right? There have been a couple announcements. And then finally, towards the end of the week, there was a particular post around chat GPTs and what's changing with chat GPTs. And I feel like that's engagement baiting, that particular post. But then inside of the thread, they gave you instructions on what you need to be doing right now. And it was probably the first time that I have been able to say that post, that explanation is exactly why most business owners always feel like they are missing out. And let me explain. If someone has taught you how to create a GPT, so we're just going to use that as an example. And I never understood why you needed deep research. For me, it's always been my brain, and this is how I think, and this is the framework, and this is the outcome that I want for my customer. And I've been doing this like 3 or 4 years at least, specifically for this outcome, whether it was initial chatbot, went to GPTs, and now I've transitioned into source files, right? And so, if someone taught you that that is all that you needed to do and then go live, from an operational standpoint, they're setting you up for failure. I said what I said because I looked at that post and I looked at all of the engagement and I really started getting upset. So, engagement baiting, right? Because here's why the steps that they were telling you to take are reactive. And I've been in the business long enough and I've done enough things that I am more proactive. And here's what I mean. Every one of my clients that I have coached to create GPTs for themselves or to create source files now for themselves, it has always been this is the foundation that you need. So when things do change, what did I say at the beginning? Change is constant. That you could pick your toys up and you could go to a different playground and it wouldn't be that big of a change. When you work with me, then we're going to start with number one, a secure foundation. Number two, we are going to start with an organizational system that when tech happens, because it always happens, then you can go back to your files that are organized. You can get what you need, fix it, and keep moving forward, and it doesn't crash and burn around you. And so the instructions are to copy your instructions, download the source files, which I don't even know how you would download the source files. Maybe you can, I guess, on the right-hand column now, because they've changed how you can do that, right? I never really added source files to my GPTs. I've added transcripts, but those transcripts are from my workshop, from my brain, from my mouth, right? It's not something that I just said, hey, AI, go make this. No, what makes you special and unique is the way that you solve a problem. So my people are set up for success from the beginning. So we start with a secure foundation, and then we have a folder that's just around GPTs. And inside that folder are individual folders. And inside each one of those GPT folders are the instructions, the markdown file. There are ideas for other GPTs. there is the security file, or the security sheet, and anything else. So I use special graphics. So that graphic is in there. And then, just to make my operations people just cry, is a spreadsheet. And in the spreadsheet is the name of the GPT and a link to the GPT, and then the link to the folder with all of the information for the GPT. That is not fancy pants. That is maybe more challenging in the beginning. But if you would rather be proactive, if you would rather not always feel like, what is it that I'm missing? I'm missing something. I'm afraid the other shoe is going to fall, right? That's it. And if we're so quick to, yes, decide once and execute, but if you don't have a repeatable system that protects you in the back end, you're always going to be reactive. And I never want my customers to feel like that. There's enough mind trash that we stir up for ourselves. There's enough mind trash around AI. We're not doing it right. We're not using it right. So now all the gurus are saying it's AI slop. When what did they say before? Just listen. I am calling that baby ugly today. So, long story short, that fear that you are missing out is because the house is not built on a solid foundation. Point blank, we are done. Yes, I want you to decide once. I want you to execute, because I don't want you in your feels and thinking about it and talking yourself out of it. That is not what today's topic is about. Today's topic is, let's slow down a little bit. Let's create a solid foundation. Let's get organized, because if something happens, which it always does happen, this is case in point, you're ready to go, and you could pick your stuff up and you could move on with a speed bump, not a closure, not a road closure. I'm pulling in all of these analogies today. So if you want a solid foundation for how you, will call it, installing systems in the AI that you are already using, let's just use AI. Post in the comments. Use AI. Just post AI. And as soon as I update my sales page, I will send it along to you, because I'd love to work with you to figure out how to install systems in the AI that you're already using, so that you never, ever feel reactive, that all of your stuff is in a nice, organized, safe, secure, conservative pile. And no, you don't have to be techie to do this. All right, take care. We'll talk soon.